In brief, make a bigger impact by saying less. Joseph McCormack tackles the modern challenge of information overload and the diminishing attention spans of audiences. He argues that the ability to communicate concisely is not just a skill, but a necessity in today's fast-paced world. Whether in business meetings, emails, presentations, or everyday conversations, being brief means delivering messages with clarity, precision, and impact, without unnecessary filler. McCormack, a marketing expert and communication strategist, draws from his experience working with executives, military leaders, and professionals to provide a structured approach to brevity. His brief method serves as a blueprint for cutting through noise and ensuring that messages are both memorable and actionable. Part 1. The need for brevity in a noisy world. First, the crisis of attention and information overload. People are bombarded with emails, reports, meetings, and social media, leading to cognitive overload. Studies show that the average attention span has dropped significantly, now around 8 seconds for digital content. Professionals waste hours per week due to unclear, rambling communication. Second. Why being brief? Is a competitive advantage decision-makers prefer concise information? Long-winded explanations lead to disengagement. Clarity reduces misunderstandings and accelerates decision-making. Brevity builds credibility. People who communicate clearly are perceived as more competent and confident. Third, the cost of not being brief. Lost opportunities. Investors, clients, and executives tune out if messages are unclear. Wasted time. Unnecessary meetings and emails drain productivity, frustration, and disengagement. Employees and teams become demotivated by inefficient communication. Part 2. Why people struggle to be concise. McCormack identifies several psychological and habitual barriers that prevent people from being brief. First, the curse of knowledge. Experts often over-explain because they assume others have the same level of understanding. Solution: tailor the message to the audience's knowledge level. Second, fear of leaving out important details. Many people worry that if they don't cover everything, their message will be incomplete. Solution: prioritize key points and provide additional details only if requested. Third, lack of preparation. Rambling occurs when speakers or writers don't structure their thoughts beforehand. Solution: plan the message using the brief method. Fourth, cultural and organizational barriers. Some workplaces reward lengthy reports and presentations, equating length with thoroughness. Solution: shift the culture by modeling brevity at leadership levels. Part 3. The brief method, a framework for concise communication. McCormack's brief method is a 5-step approach to structuring clear and impactful messages. Step 1. Background. Set the stage. Briefly, provide just enough context to frame the discussion. Example, instead of a long history, say, last quarter, sales dropped by 10%. Here's our plan to recover. Step 2. Relevance. Explain why it matters. Answer: why should the audience care? Example: this strategy will help us regain market share and improve profitability by Q3. Step 3. Information. Deliver key points clearly. Stick to 3 to 5 critical points. The rule of 3 improves retention. Use bullet points or numbered lists for clarity. Step 4. Ending. Close with a strong call to action. Clearly state what happens next. Example: we need approval by Friday to meet the deadline. Can we proceed? Step 5. Follow up. Ensure. Understanding, confirm agreement, or next. Steps. Example: does this align with your expectations? What additional details do you need? Part 4. Practical techniques to master brevity. First, the Twitter exercise, 280-character challenge. Practice summarizing ideas in one tweet to eliminate fluff. Second, The headline technique. Start with a bold, concise statement to grab attention. Example: we're losing customers to competitors. Here's how we fix it. Third, the rule of three. People remember 3 key points best. Structure messages accordingly. Fourth, editing ruthlessly. Cut, filler words, just, very, really, redundancies, advanced planning, passive voice. The report was written by John. John wrote the report. Fifth, the so what test. For every sentence, ask, does this add value? If not, remove it. Part 5. Applying brevity in different professional settings. First, emails. Subject line: be specific. Budget approval needed by EOD. First sentence: state the purpose immediately. Bullet points: use for requests or action items. Second, meetings. Set an agenda and time limits for each topic. Stand-up meetings force brevity. Third, presentations. Fewer slides, more visuals. Tell a story rather than listing bullet points. Fourth, conversations and negotiations. Active listening prevents rambling. Pause before responding to structure thoughts. Part 6. Building a culture of brevity in organizations. First, leadership. Must model concise communication. Executives should set the standard for clear, brief messaging. Second, training and workshops. Teach employees the brief method and editing techniques. Third, reward clarity. Over length, recognize employees who communicate effectively in fewer words. Fourth, implement no slide or one-page policies. Some companies, like Amazon, use 6-page memos instead of slide decks to force clear thinking. Conclusion. McCormack's brief is more than a communication guide. It's a productivity and leadership tool. In a world drowning in information, those who can distill ideas clearly and concisely stand out. By adopting the brief method, professionals can save time, theirs and others. Increase engagement by holding attention. Improve decision-making by removing ambiguity. Enhance credibility by demonstrating confidence and clarity. The book's lessons are actionable and immediately applicable, making it a must-read for leaders, managers, and anyone who wants to make every word count.
If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. What book would you like us to summarize in the next video?